This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. Leaders with the Indiana Farm Bureau are preparing to meet with legislators to discuss the organization's recently approved policy priorities for the upcoming legislative session. Executive Director of Public Policy Andy Tower says key among them is rural viability.
Continue to work with the General Assembly and others on rural roads and bridges, primarily in this space as our members' equipment continues to grow and advance. How do we make sure as local or state projects advance forward that they're looking at the future size and demands of agriculture in those rural communities?
The Bureau's other priorities include taxation and fiscal policy and land use and property rights. The Dean and Barbara Family Foundation has donated $30 million to Mishawaka-based Franciscan Health Foundation in a gift billed as the largest in the foundation's history. The donation will create the Dean and Barbara White Cancer Center in the new Franciscan Health Crown Point Hospital. Franciscan officials say the new diagnostic and treatment center will consolidate existing cancer care services into one location. FedEx will hire over 1,100 workers in Indianapolis ahead of the holiday rush. The delivery company is hiring both regular and seasonal part-time package handlers and material handlers at the FedEx Express Indianapolis hub at Indianapolis International Airport and FedEx ground facilities in Greenwood, Indy, and Zionsville. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Get ready, Indianapolis. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the annual Engage Central Indiana event. It's presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Wednesday, December 6th at the JW Marriott. We'll be diving into talent, education, and other issues shaping the Central Indiana economy. More at ibj.com/engage.
Governor Eric Holcomb has directed the Indiana Finance Authority to begin exclusive oversight of a water supply study currently underway along the Wabash River. IIB's Kate Sharon has more.
The study is meant to determine whether water can be piped from Tippecanoe County to Boone County to supply the LEAP Innovation and Research District without harming resources available to other communities. The Indiana Economic Development Corporation had commissioned engineering firm Intera to study the feasibility of withdrawing as much as 100 million gallons of water per day from an aquifer connected to the Wabash River and transporting it to LEAP, a planned 9,000-acre or more advanced manufacturing district near Lebanon. The water would then be treated and piped into a tributary of the White River or the Eagle Creek Reservoir. Holcomb is also instructing the IFA to accelerate the start of a planned comprehensive regional water study for north central Indiana that will examine watersheds covering Tippecanoe County and at least 12 other counties. The study, which will be the fourth such regional water study the IFA has conducted since 2017, is expected to be completed in fall 2024. Holcomb's actions come as the IEDC faces pushback in the greater Lafayette area, where residents have formed a grassroots organization called Stop the Water Steal. In addition, 4 municipalities along the Wabash River, Attica, Lafayette, West Lafayette, and Shadeland, have passed resolutions stating their opposition to the project. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Toyota Motor Manufacturing Indiana in Princeton has begun production of a new Lexus SUV. The 3-row luxury vehicle called the Lexus TX is the first Lexus SUV assembled in the United States and the first Lexus produced by Toyota Indiana. The company announced an $803 million investment in 2021 to assemble 2 new SUVs, including the new Lexus vehicle and the Grand Highlander. The Princeton facility began production on the Grand Highlander in August. Production of the 2 new vehicles is expected to bring 1,400 jobs to the Princeton plant by the end of the year. Northwest Indiana's newest skate park is open. Lakeshore Public Media's Michael Gallenberger reports.
Skaters wasted little time trying out Valparaiso's Flounder and Friends skate park after officials cut the ribbon Thursday. Valpo Parks Director Kevin Nupnaw says it's special for a number of reasons, including community support and consideration for all user groups, as well as its unique features.
I mean, seriously, a bowl in the shape of a fish, a musical manual pad that, when skated correctly, unlocks the lyrics to a song, street features that replicate places that people used to skate in Valpo, things such as stairs, curbs, rails, and so many others.
The 16,000 square foot skate park pays tribute to the city's original one. built decades ago by local teenagers in memory of Ray Flounder Wampler, who had died in a crash. For Lakeshore News, I'm Michael Gallenberger.
Carmel filmmaker Ashton Gleckman is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.